Good evening, YouTube. She got J Crew to you, coming to you yet with another video here on July 25th. I wanted to try to get a few videos in, here because I know I've been a few weeks since I really posted anything. But I wanted to give my opinion on some recent goings on in both pro football and college football. Uh, those going ons being some mega contracts that have been signed. And when I see things of this nature, it just continuously shows me that in the world of sports, there are just no such things as recessions or anything where a pandemic can really just kind of completely screw things up. I mean, it may have slowed it down over maybe 1 year or something during 2020, but since then, I mean, everything's been back on go for the world of sports. And what I mean by that is there's two specific persons have really, really been awarded nice contracts in the world of pro sports. One is not very surprising at all, but the other one maybe was a little bit surprised in terms of the amount of money he got. But I would like to say congratulations to him anyway. First, I would like to get onto what you see on the screen right here is Kirby Smart, the head coach for Georgia, to the University of Georgia. The college in Athens, Georgia, where they just won a national championship earlier this year. He just got awarded a 10-year, $112.5 million contract. He has to be either the highest paid coach in college football or one of the highest highest paid coaches in college football. Excuse me, it's a little bit late, so I'm kind of stuttering and stumbling over my words. But for those who don't know, UGA enjoyed its first national championship that they had in 41 years. The last one being in 1980 when they won with a freshman named Herschel Walker that I've talked about in previous videos here on my channel. And so you kind of knew that Kirby was due for a mega, increase. I believe when he first started coaching Georgia, what was it, 2016, 2017, after Mark Rick was fired, I think he was paid maybe about $5 or $6 million a year in that contract. So when I see stuff like this, I'm saying to myself, man, the world of sports seems to be in recession proof. And I believe I know why. Sports have always been seen as our getaway from the everyday hustle and bustle of the working world. And I think people really just kind of enjoy that aspect of it, where they don't have to go out here and worry about their problems. They can just, at least for a few hours, go out and see a good football game and come out here and see something that they probably fantasize about either doing or something they just like to sort of engross themselves in for 2 or 3 hours to get away from the working world. But it shows you, especially in college football, the biggest awardees are going to be these college football coaches. I always chuckle when I hear some of these college coaches come out talking about the importance of education with sports. I always kind of laugh at that. I think even Kirby Smart's kind of said this in different ways over the past 6, 7 years he's been coaching at Georgia. And I think Nick Saban has said that. But then Nick Saban and Kirby Smart are making $8, $10 million a year. So how in the world can you really come out there and realistically try to criticize these young men for taking advantage of something that is long overdue, for them? And what they're long overdue for is a video I've also done, before when I talked about NIL deals or the name and image and likeness deals that these young college athletes have the opportunity to pursue. With those name, image, and likeness deals or NIL deals, the college athletes have permission to pursue marketing and promotion opportunities outside of college. Meaning they can pick up a paycheck, for pushing products or doing advertising or whatever while they're in college. They can make way more money than they ever have. And some of the coaches come out talking about them, but then you talking about coaches who are very financially secure. They're making anywhere from probably several hundred thousand all the way up to $11 million a year, as in the case with Kirby Smart. Now I think they say his average salary is going to be 11.25 million, and and it's a 10-year deal. I mean, you shouldn't pay attention to the length of this stuff. That the lengths of these contracts could always, be cut off if the coach really hasn't really accomplished as much as he should have. So to me, I don't pay attention to the length of the deal, but the average per year at least for the first few years, is what I really pay attention to. That's what he's going to make. And so, just some other, just to name some other coaches who signed quote unquote mega deals in the past, or either recently. Uh, Brian Kelly was a coach at Notre Dame for the past several years, but LSU just hired him, and he signed a 10-year, $95 million contract that'll pay him $9 million this season. Jimbo Fisher, who used to coach at Florida State, who used to also coach up under Nick Saban many years ago, he's at Texas A&M now. He signed a 4-year extension in August that will pay him $90 million over the next 10 years. And Dabo Swinney, who's the head coach at Clemson, I think in April of 2019, he signed a 10-year, $93 million deal. And so as you see, a lot of these guys, man, they're getting these big contracts, but then you had someone come out and say, well, education is the most important thing for players. Bull crap. Making money is the most important thing for these guys. I'm an education-oriented person, but I'm also smart enough to know that not all people's paths are in a classroom. Some of these guys are meant to go play sports. Not all of them are meant to be in the classroom. Some people aren't gifted or either, sort of interested in that way in education. And you can't always learn everything by sitting in the classroom anyway. Sometimes you need to go out there and have real world experiences to see what you need to do in life. But if you're blessed like that, if you've been gifted by God with speed and size, why not go for it while you're young? And so people got to understand that. They have to understand that it's about getting what you can now while you're young, and you have that ability and you have that drive to go get it. So again, I'm not down in Kirby Smart necessarily, but I just don't. I would say congratulations to them being awarded these big contracts, but don't come out criticizing the players when they're doing some of the same stuff you are in terms of getting paid illegally now. They'll come out talking about what the NIL system is kind of complicating recruiting and coaching. It's not as good as it can be. Everybody has a right to an opinion, but just keep in mind your opinion is not going to be respected when you're out there getting paid off of what your players do and not what you do as an individual. So we'll see how long some of these guys, some of these coaches, kind of stick with these deals. And so, and another note in the middle of the screen here, you'll probably see that Michigan State head coach Mel Tucker signed a 10-year, $95 million contract extension in November, and he was up under Kirby Smart for some years as a defensive coordinator. So it just tells you that all kind of guys getting passed around money, but then they want to come out there and try to complain about what the players again. I think it's just them being two-faced. I think it's them just kind of not really thinking about what the players deserve to get, given they could be hurt, and that they're making the coaches look good. Y'all leave us some of the comments down there and let me know what you think about this. If you like the video, click the like button. You want to subscribe. She got J. Crew to you. Closing out this evening with my first video. Until next time, man. Y'all have a good one.